Hey guys, welcome back to Honkai Star Rail. In today's video, we're doing a roundup of the 2.1 live stream, giving you the codes, letting you know everything that is coming. Now, this one, we did have the 3 codes. I'll leave them in the pinned comment in the description. You guys can go copy, paste them, and get them in. But we got a bunch of stuff to look at, including some Q&A that they did at the end, which I really liked. So we're going to go through everything in this one, including the free 30 summons that we get for the anniversary, which is pretty sick. So let's jump into it. Now, before we get into it, guys, I do have to give Tower of Fantasy a massive shout out for sponsoring this video, and if you do want to download the game, I will have links in the description as well. And what is happening in Tower of Fantasy? Well, we have the highly anticipated Evangelion collaboration running right now. And one of the biggest things that we have as part of this collaboration is Asuka as a playable character in Tower of Fantasy as part of this Evangelion collaboration. Now, this isn't just a surface level collaboration, this is one that goes deep into the story as well. We have Evangelion joining in the battle against the Angels, and as the executor yourself, you will team up with the 3 Evangelion multi-purpose humanoid decisive weapons and the Vera Guard in an all-out battle against these challenging creatures. You'll also be able to serve as the pilot for the original mecha of Tower of Fantasy, which was reactivated in the battle against the Angels. On top of all this, we also have new missions to complete, giving you various rewards, along with a new battle helper and a new vehicle to explore the terrain. So it really is a great time to jump into Tower of Fantasy for their first and splendid collaboration with Evangelion and enjoy the rewards such as Red Nucleus, Dark Crystals, vouchers, and more. And once again, I want to give Tower of Fantasy a massive shout out for sponsoring this video, and if you do want to play the game, I will have links in the description for you to go ahead and download today. Alright, so this is going to be the quick TLDR session. I'm going to go through my notes quickly on what is coming. So we've got, obviously, Acheron and Aventurene, but we've got the banners. Now we'll look at the characters at the end and have a quick look at their kits, and then I'll do more deeper videos in the future. But basically the banners is looking like we got Acheron and Luocha with the 4 stars Gallagher, Pella, and Dan. And then we've got Aventurene with Jigglyou rerun with the 4 stars of Lynx, Luca, and Serval. I'll talk more about these in future videos, but that's just the info for you guys there. Other things they touched on was that there'll be an Aventurene boss who does look way different to Aventurene himself, which is kind of cool. It's like a unique kind of boss that we're going to get. They went through, like, you know, standard event rotations and stuff like that. I didn't see anything crazy in the events. Now we got Simulated Universe World 9 with 2 new planet sets, which is cool. I'll go through them once we have more details on exactly how they're going to work as well. Then they did talk about optimizations and stuff in the simulated universe, and they talked about the first implementation is simulated universe world 9 is like you can clear difficulty 5 and get all the previous rewards for the first time clears on the easier difficulties. But then later on in the Q&A session, they basically said that it seems like in 2.3 around then they're going to have a system to make farming planet ornaments a lot easier, which is honestly a great thing in my opinion, because you know, Simulated Universe for planet ornaments is kind of tedious. Now, moving on from that, they mentioned, they talked about March 7th getting like a different path type system similar to the Trailblazer. They talked about how it wasn't going to be exactly the same, how she's going to get it from memories, but they basically alluded to different forms of March 7th. My guess is maybe that's why we didn't get a 4-star leak for patch 2.2. Maybe we're getting like a different version of March. I don't know. That's just a hunch that I have. We'll have to wait and see. Then they had a question talking about Ting Yun and the Lofu story and stuff like that. Basically they said that the Lofu story will continue and they will get back to it and stuff like that. That's the TLDR. They had a very long chat about it. They also had a Q&A about leaks where they basically had a big emotional chat to you about leaks ruining story for people and stuff like that. And I didn't really see any like objectively useful information from it that I saw. So I don't know, leaks will still be a thing, and if you want to look at them, and if you don't, I guess try and avoid them, and hopefully they don't ruin it for you. So that's pretty much what they talked about leaks. Then they talked about the first anniversary, and then they basically they spent honestly way too long in my opinion talking about this one event, which was like a board game, which just basically seemed like one of our standard big events. Think the museum or something like that. There's gonna be like a board game event, first annie type thing. But then they also went into, you know how we get the bonus drops, I forget what the events are called, but it's gonna be 300% drops now. So triple drops, which is, you know, just more better rewards for when you're relic farming and stuff like that. And then they went through the big ones, which is the 20 free pools as login events, and then 1,600 jades will be getting dropped on our accounts in the mail. I think they said it was on April something or other. I'll put it on screen and you'll see. And that is my TLDR of the like hour and a half to 2 hour depth live stream they had. Now they did go into a bunch more stuff, and I'll talk more about what the stuff they said about Acheron and Aventurene and stuff like that in a future video. But they did say that Acheron, you know, there's going to be like tie-ins to Honkai Impact 3rd and stuff like that. There was a lot of interesting info, but you know, I'm just trying to get the information across here. But now that we've got all that out of the way, let's jump in and let's take a look at the characters and the basic introduction of their kit that they gave us. Okay, first up, we're looking at Acheron. So basically, I'll TLDR it here. What they said is that she doesn't have an energy bar, but she has these stacks that she gains. When she uses her skill, she's going to gain stacks. And then whenever an instance happens that creates a debuff on an enemy, it gives a stack. The way I worded that is essentially, I don't think AoEs that apply debuffs give you like a stack for each enemy hit. So like Pella's ult probably only going to give 1 stack, but then like even if enemies apply debuffs to themselves, it's going to give stacks. And basically you want to get stacks to use her ult, and then we'll take a look at her ult in a sec. So yeah, her skill looks pretty sick in my opinion. Like, dude, her animations are next level. We're gonna have a talk about this in a video, but yeah, we're gonna go much deeper into this. But you can see her skill is giving her stacks down there in the bottom left hand corner, and you can see Pella here. I'm assuming Pella, okay, so Pella did not have the Death Shred Light Cone, but there we go. We got a stack because Silverwolf puts on debuffs. Then we're gonna use Pella's ult, and as you'll see here, it takes us up to 8. Dude, I swear that's on 1 speed. dude, this ult timing. So there we go. We get another one. She used her basic, okay, but it got a kill, and you can see that enemy died and put the debuff on the other enemy, which then made it get the stack. So, dude, can we just get back to the gameplay, guys, please? Let me do this. Okay, here we are. So that applies it, and that one applies it. Okay, and now we do a skill, we get the next one, and now it's up to her ult. So let's take a look. Dude, animations are sick. So ult, she goes just absolutely wreak havoc mode. The cool thing is you can target which enemies she hits with each strike of the ultimate, which I think that is super cool. Like it's something little, but dude, this character is next level, ridiculous, fun, cool. I just absolutely love it. So that's basically her ult, and that's the thing. Now her technique looks busted. So her technique is an insta kill in open world things, but from what they were saying, and correct me in the comments if I got this wrong, but it looks like it's also going to work in simulated universe and stuff like that. So you just go insta kill the enemies and you just get the rewards. Like, there you go. That's it in simulated universe. Dude, like that is so good for simulated universe, just getting them insta kills. So that is the roundup of Acheron on what we had given to us. I'm going to go deeper into it in another video, but dude, I am so hyped for this character. It's not even funny. Oh yeah, then they had combos, so you can actually combo it in the overworld and kill multiple and chain it. Dude, it's crazy. I love it. It looks so cool. Like, watch this. Ready? Boom, boom, boom. Just... oh, dude. And then if you don't actually hit an enemy, it doesn't consume one of your technique points, which is so cool. So you can just walk around spamming it. Dude, I love it. Anyway, let's go on to Aventurene, who I'm not as excited about, but still. All right, so Aventurene. So his skill is going to apply a shield, but it's a stacking shield. So the shield values don't like, it doesn't replace it, but it like increases the value of the shield on allies, which is pretty cool. And then if you look at his resource thing around him, his thing, you can see it's got like a 5 or 7. Every time an ally with that shield is attacked, it gives him a stack. And then once he reaches max stacks, he does a follow-up attack. So there you go, boom. And there we go, boom. There's 7 stacks. And like, I feel like he's going to stack it up pretty quick. And then we go ahead and we go, happy days. And it's a follow-up attack. So that's what he does there. Boof. He's got an ult. I'm assuming we're going to see his ult in a sec. But yeah, shielding with follow-up attacks. Again, they're just showing the follow-up attack again. Let's go. And this is ult. So it inflicts the debuff on the enemy. And then when when you attack the enemy inflicted with the debuff, it gets extra critical damage. That's basically his ultimate. I think it also gives him a stack of his thing from what I saw there. And then when he uses his technique, it gives his team, I think it was a defense buff they said, which is then, the entire team has a chance of gaining a defense boost varying strength based on the role he does. So, and every role by the looks of it actually consumes technique points. So I don't know. It depends how good this technique is. Yeah, because you can see he's consuming points every time. So, I mean, you could just be rolling MOC until you just get the one tap on it. I'm not sure, or whether it's like an accumulative thing. So I'll have to wait and see. But that is basically the way Aventurene works. Honestly, it looks solid. That shield looks pretty decent. It just depends on values and such and how much damage he can actually deal. I'm curious to see how we're going to build him, whether he scales off of anything else or anything like that. But that is Aventurene. And then we have Gallagher. Now, I really like Gallagher. I think they've done a pretty cool job of making him a cool character. Like, when I heard he was Abundance, I'm like, this guy isn't going to be cool enough, but he's pretty cool. So basically, when we take a look at this, in battle, Gallagher also has some special effects. Okay. So his skill is going to heal, essentially. His skill can target, heal, and restore their HP. But then this, like, this is wicked. This is ultimate. He goes, boof. A special debuff on enemies and deal damage to all enemies at the same time. When his allies or even himself attack the target with a special debuff, they can recover some HP. So when it says anyone, like, so let's see this attack. So it did that heal? Let's see. I'm trying to see if it heals Silver Wolf as well. It looked like it only healed Pella, so you got to attack them to heal you. I don't know what it's based on, exactly how much it is. We'll have to wait and see. But that's pretty much it. They also said that it does also enhance his basic attack, and then when he uses an enhanced basic attack on an enemy, it reduces their attack, and that's sort of the way he works. But I like this idea. It's kind of Locha feels, but I like the idea of putting the debuff on the enemies and then just smacking them to heal. I think it's cool. Curious to see if we can get some big damage out of his ult, like what his multipliers are, if there's anything else in his kit later on. But that is basically Gallagher. I think he's pretty cool. I'm really happy that, like, the design of the character, I think they've done a great job. I think he's like got that cool vibe while still being an Abundance, where I thought I was like, how are they going to make this guy cool? But they actually nailed it. So that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover in this video. I will be back with more in-depth videos on these characters because I'm super excited about it. But yeah, and this is where it's just saying it enhances his basic attack. But yeah, guys, dude, he just looks so cool. Anyway, that is the roundup. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.